Hey guys, it is Sonic Rider again, coming back at you. Video number 2. I figured today I would talk about, or rather, review my motorcycle, the 2006 Ninja 250. I was gonna do pros and cons, but I was like, no, I'm not that organized, so I figure I'll just go with the flow and talk about what I feel like talking about. So, let's get it started. First off, obviously it's a 250, so 250 engine. It's not the most powerful engine in the world, obviously, but it's got some good get up and go. I usually only have to rev it to about 6,000 when I'm pulling away from traffic, and it does quite nicely. If I need to, though, I've got an extra, 11,000 RPM if I really needed it. Well, not 11, 9,000, excuse me. So much for being a college-educated person. So on the power front, I'd say it's pretty good. It's good for a beginner bike. But, yeah, what else about the engine? It likes to be revved. If I can liken Jeremy Clarkson, I'd say it's like a small terrier. It's not really got any danger, but it's still going to bark at you. It's still going to pretend that it's vicious. And it can outpull most cars on the road, save for the most expensive kind, Porsches and the like. So again, it's not the fastest bike, but it makes up for it in other areas. So overall, I'm really happy with the engine. I like that it's small. I like that I can rev it and not be going super fast, because I don't need a speeding ticket. Another department motorcycles are important in is handling. And I'd say this is where the Ninja 250 comes in to its own. It is very light, very flickable. I've ridden dirt bikes, a few road bikes. One of my friends has a 500. That guy is speeding. It's very light, it's very turny. You know, the tires on it are terrible. I'm going to get a Pirelli Sport Demon for the back, so hopefully that'll add a little grip. But on the handling front, I'd say excellent for the Ninja 250. Even in the twisties, you know, it can outperform some of the more powerful bikes just based on its cornering ability alone. So, and really, that's what I care about, is the fun of it. Yeah, going fast is fun, but yeah, I have to stop. There's a stop sign. Going fast is fun, but really, I'd just rather have a good riding bike than one that's super fast. Corner carving's where it's at. Another area of the 250 where it does really well is fuel economy. Obviously, since it's got a small engine and it's very light, it gets really good gas mileage. I average about 70 miles a gallon. It varies. I think the best I ever got was 75, worst was about 62. So even still, that's really good for any motorcycle, really, unless you get like a scooter and they only go like 35 and you kind of look like a dweeb. We don't want that. A rather more debatable area of the 250 is in the styling. The one I have is the Classic, as they call it. So it was made in '06, but it was designed in the late 80s. So it's got the square headlight and the dual exhausts. I like the dual exhausts. Square headlight, not so much. But, you know, you can't get everything. So it still gets a lot of looks on the road, and I like the way it looks. Some people think it looks dated or kind of, you know, old-fashioned. It's not all racy and rakish like the new sport bikes, but I don't know, I think it adds character. It makes it unique, even though there's a ton of them out there. And I still think it looks good. I still think it's a head turner. Another area, I don't know, my seat, I don't know, I thought it was pretty comfortable. One of my friends has a 250 and his seat is way more comfortable than mine. I don't know if he has a special made one, but it's still pretty comfortable. I'm good for about 3 hours and then my butt starts hurting. So I rode to Boise from Salem, which is about 9-10 hours. I was pretty sore when I got there, but a good night's sleep and I was all better in the morning. So, one area where the Ninja 250 is kind of out of its depths is on the freeway. Well, maybe out of its depths is a bad term, but it's just not as competent because it has the smaller engine. It'll go, you know, 95, 100, but it won't exactly be super happy. The freeways in Oregon are usually limited to about 60, 65, so it's not a problem for me, but if you live in Arizona or Idaho, or do they still have no speed limits on parts of Montana? I don't know, but yeah, so freeways, it's good, but it definitely could be better, which would be helped by a larger engine. Probably the 500 is a lot better as a freeway cruiser, but then again, that's not really why you buy a 250. But it can do it, so it's a really good all-rounder, the 250. Price? I only paid $1,700 for mine. It was an 06 and it had 1,500 miles on it, so I really couldn't find a better deal than that. But I bought it in February, so I figured not a lot of people are buying in February. So I think I got a pretty good deal. I haven't really found a deal like it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm riding around at night because it's been pretty hot here lately. It was like 100 for the past 2 days, which is pretty hot, especially for an Oregonian. We're used to rain and all that stuff. One kind of, I don't know, annoyance with the 250 is when you start it cold and use the choke, I leave mine parked in neutral, so I have to shift it into first, and when you do that, it lurches forward really annoyingly, so you have to really grab the front brake. So it's kind of annoying. It doesn't damage the engine in any way, or, you know, it always starts, but it's just kind of annoying. It looks kind of awkward when you're just sitting there and it goes and you lurch forward like an inch. So that's one thing I'm not crazy about, but again, that's a very, very minor thing. Having a choke, you kind of have that go with it, so not the biggest deal, but it's something you should know probably. See, I redlined it in third and I was going 45, so I think, yeah, that was third. No, that was second, sorry. No, I don't know what gear that was. It was probably second. Third seems a little high for 45, so ignore me. This is the Oregon State Penitentiary. It's lovely. Yeah, I'm kind of just mumbling now, so that is my review of my 250. I really love it. I'm sure if you get one too, for the right reasons, you'll love it too. And I would highly recommend it to anyone as a first bike, as a bike for fun, as a weekend bike. Pretty much it's a really good all-rounder, and I'd have to say I'm very happy with my purchase. So that's it for me. The sun's going down. It's time to go back home. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.